Hey Reddit, all you triathletes, bicyclists, and cyclists out there. I just got done reading yet another thread of another Redditor who was hit by a car today, and a common topic of discussion is cameras, and that was something I spent a lot of time thinking about over the past several months. I put on over 2,000 miles on the road in 2014, mostly triathlon training, and spent a lot of time thinking about it. Came across the Rideye. I'm sure a lot of people have considered these. It was delayed for a long time, but it finally came in while I was traveling for Christmas in late December. So I'm just going to do an unboxing video. Here we are. So front seat post mount. If you're planning to use it on a road bike, I'm sure that's going to be great. I'm going to look at other options for my triathlon bike. So there's that. And I paid for a bundle that included 2 cameras. Pretty cool that they threw in a handwritten note. Never a bad idea. Great customer service. So they were late, but honestly, once it got to be past summer, I really didn't mind because, you know, the whole point was just to have a good product heading into next year. And I live in the U.S. and in the northern part, in the northern hemisphere, so of course, once we hit a certain point, worth waiting for, assuming that these are good quality. So the boxes turned out well. I mean, I take that as a good sign that they didn't skimp too horribly. And there's our camera. So I'm kind of hoping that both are going to be set up like this. It may be that one is a front mount type and the other is a rear mount type, meant to go with the first item that I showed you. So the camera itself feels pretty solid. I believe it's an aluminum body on the outside. Simple operation. I'll have to charge this up, but I believe that is the only switch on there to be turned on and off, and then we'll have an indicator light. And then it's, you may have noticed on the box, it said the black box for your bite. So it's made to be a crash camera. For day-to-day riding, it will overwrite old data when it's no longer needed, and when the memory needs to be restocked. And in the event of a crash, I believe it automatically saves. So, but we'll dig into the manual later, another day. So, also inside the box, well, okay, that's kind of cool. We've answered our own question. The instructions have 2 steps. Press button to turn on, hold button to turn off. That's it. It's just a card. Nice. I admire simplicity, and that's one of the reasons that I wanted this too. Weatherproof and simple on and off, and relatively inexpensive compared to, like, say, a GoPro. Also in the box, looks like we have our charging cable, USB type, and without doing any further reading, I'm going to guess that this is a rubber strap I'm holding in my hand, probably an extender, maybe. Yeah, I'm going to have to, I'll take my wild guess and say it's probably an extender for the rubber strap or some other type of mounting hardware accessory. And then there's also a 3M, what appears to be an adhesive-backed pad in there, which again, probably for mounting if I'm going to have to go ahead and make a first guess. And again, I did buy these knowing too that with a tri-bike, I'm going to have to kind of come up with some of my own mounting solutions. And after a couple of close calls of my own last year, you know, I also took some steps myself to make sure that I was safe. You know, like bright red flashing light, you know, a lot of the stuff that we're doing, and then of course on my person, bright yellow jerseys, all that kind of thing. But I'm going to make a way to mount this below my seat post, or below my seat rather, with my my red flashy light. And the good thing is, I mean, size-wise, it looks like that's not going to be hard to do at all. We're at less than 2 inches tall here, I believe, on the back. And then if I need to, I can, you know, figure out a way, do what a lot of us do when it comes to those individual fixes. And again, with a road bike, I would expect that this would be able to just slap right on and be good to go. So when I ordered this, the reason I'm unboxing my other one now is that the package I ordered said that I was going to get 1 front camera and 1 rear camera. And at the time, it appeared as though those were going to come with different mounting hardware. So far, it looks like we're the same here. Oh, that's kind of cool. So check this out. So same thing in terms of the rubber strap for getting around a handlebar or what have you, but the camera also pivots. which is kind of cool because once I set it up on, again, a tri-bike, which might have funny or odd angles, or if it's offset, I can then tilt the camera so that it faces forward while the mount remains as is. So I can get the camera wherever it needs to be. Let me just verify. Yep, the other one as well. So that pivoting is that's kind of neat. Look forward to that actually with the mounting. So I'm going to go ahead and guess that these are the same because they were not they weren't spec'd differently on the outside, I don't think. And our same instruction card with 2 steps and the same charging cable, USB, extendable strap, and adhesive backed mount pad thing. So some other specs that are on the box on the outside, contents, camera itself, the USB cable, specs, 1080p, full HD video, audio 512 kilobytes per second. I don't know what that means. I mean, I'm much more concerned with having a good visual, something good enough to be able to capture a plate or an incident. And then the recording time, 2.5 hours if you order an 8 gigabyte model. 10 hours on the 32 gig, and I went ahead and did the 32s, just because again I didn't want to have to worry about it, and a lot of times for those of us who are doing longer rides, I mean, even if you have a commute or if you go out on a long weekend ride, it's pretty easy to exceed 2.5 hours once you really get into cycling. So I opted for the 10-hour battery life, 32 gigabyte memory, which it looks like it is not removable, that it's part of the device, I'm gonna guess, which is fine too. I don't mind. I'm totally okay with that. Having this sealed, self-contained, weatherproof camera, I admire the simplicity of it again. Battery life is 15 hours on a lithium-ion battery, and it says it works with all operating systems. What else have we got? One-touch operation, accident center, CNC machined, and it does verify that it's an aluminum case on the outside. Silicone strap for all handlebar sizes, and water resistant. So there we go. And then the UPC will tell you the memory size. So we've got one 32 gigabyte. Let me just double check my other one. Yeah, so 2 32 gigabytes. So I'll start using these. I might post a follow-up video. This has never been my thing before. I've never done one of these unboxings, but this is a topic near and dear to my heart and a lot of ours, because we all want to be safe out there. We've probably all had our close calls. Some of us have had our own accidents as we try to share the road safely with motorists out there and do the right things. So to close, I guess, on a serious note related to that, another one of the thoughts that I've had too is if something does happen to me, I want it to be very clear what happened for the sake of my loved ones, so that they won't have to wonder if I was goofing off, if I was in the wrong. I was reading about a case where I was from, actually, where the sentencing hearing just happened recently for a guy that struck a cyclist, and he struck and killed a triathlete practicing on a highway. And at first he said that he was reaching into the glove box, didn't see the guy, and it looked like he wasn't going to be charged, and then it later came out that he was lying and had been texting. And he was just sentenced to 6 months in jail. And, I mean, obviously that doesn't bring the guy back, but it's been on my mind, too, that I kind of want to have a witness on my behalf should anything happen to me. So that's what happens with these. So great concepts. In terms of first impressions, it seems well executed. Obviously, the big test will come with the charging, the testing, and when riding season starts up again, which will be a while for me. But anyway, feel free to ask me any questions. And bike safely, guys. Have a good day.